What is up, y'all? Rich Homie Carrier back again with another banger video. I want to appreciate all y'all for watching, and I also want to wish everybody a happy new year. 2022, we're gonna be up. So I can't believe it, 1 year with the Scat Pack. So I wanted to create a 1 year review to show, you know, all the ins and outs of what's worn and what's not worn within my 1 year of driving. I didn't drive too much as I expected. I think I put about 4,000 miles on this, and yeah, usually the average amount of miles driven a year is 10 to 12,000, so 4,000 is very low. So I'm going to show y'all what 1 year of ownership looks like on this car. That's about it. I'm going to show you the ins and outs of what's worn, what's not worn, and whether you should, you know, buy a Scat Pack or wait until the next iteration of the chargers come out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So here is the exterior of the car. It is dirty. I haven't gotten a chance to wash it yet. It is going to rain and snow in the next couple of days, so you know, no chance in washing it. But for the exterior, I'm going to start with the fronts, and I would have to say that, you know, from my 1 year of driving, luckily I did not hit any rock chips or anything like that. When driving long distances, I do use a Nova Stretch car shield or car bra. It works really well, and I would have to say, you know, the only items of wear within my year of driving has to be the bottom lip of the front bumper. Even though this car is not lowered at all, it is stock height, and to be honest, it is not that low to the ground. But in Pennsylvania, I do scrape a little bit on the stock height for the Charger, which is ridiculous. I mean, if I live somewhere in the Midwest or even Texas, I don't think you know, I would have that problem. But over here in the mountainous Northeast, especially in Pennsylvania, man, I definitely scrape along the bottom. Another thing I noticed with my 1 year of ownership is washing. When I wash my car, this is a pain to get my glove and get under there, because sometimes on my shorter road trips I don't wear the Nova Stretch car bra, so I, you know, keep it bare, and you know, sometimes bugs and stuff just go in there, and it's just hard to, you know, wash all this off. But other than that, everything is looking good for the 1 year. Now, going on the side profile here, I would have to say within my 1 year of ownership, the brake wear is insane, or like, not the brake wear, the brake dust. Like, look at that. So that's the actual wheel, and then, you know, all that brake dust. So like I said, I definitely need a clean with this car. But what is that? That looks like a freaking, ew, I don't know what that is. That looks like a dead worm or something. That's gross. Other than that, no other wear. I mean, the thing you do have to watch out for, especially getting to the back, is of course rocks and whatever dirt, and that's flinging up here. No scratches or rock chips from that, which is great. And of course the rear tires, I'm still on the Eagle RSAs, which is the 245 20s, and I still have a good amount of tread left. I haven't been doing too many, you know, burnouts or anything like that, but take a look back there, looking pristine. I mean, definitely dirty towards the front and the rear here, but I mean, other than that, nothing of concern. And the car is hella dirty back here. One thing I do notice is that this gets dirty hella easy. Like, all this like water staining is just from washing the car, and all the water is dripping all the way down here. Usually when I wash the car it goes away, but after a good rain storm or anything like that, this always gets the water spots, which is annoying. Yeah, like I said, with driving you always get the kick up of your road grime and stuff. But yeah, I mean, on the outside everything is looking great. The one thing I wish I should have gotten is a ceramic coating. And then if you want to know how the tint is holding up well. I mean, the windshield, or sorry, the glass is a bit dirty, but the tint is holding up well, no bubbling or anything like that. So if you need to get tint, I would recommend going to an installer that has XPEL film. So this is what the engine bay looks like after a year. I have not, touched it up or washed it or anything. I may go to a detailer and just, detail the engine bay, but this is what it looks like after 1 year and 4,000 miles. One thing I've noticed is this has been getting a little bit yellowed. So this is what I noticed on a lot of the Chargers and Challengers with this plastic reservoir. The coolant reservoir, it has been getting yellowed. So one thing I might do is I might get one of those black covers on eBay or Amazon just to put up here, because it doesn't look that good once it's like, after give or take another 1 year, it's going to be gross yellow. For some reason Dodge, the coolant reservoir is the only ones that have been getting yellowed. I mean, I've seen Hondas or Acura's, Toyotas, they haven't been getting yellowed. I'm not sure if it's just the placement of this or the type of material, but yeah, this has been getting yellowed. But yeah, I mean, engine still runs great. I do have the oil catch can installed. It works great. I did empty it. It was like about here, not too much, but I mean, that's what it looks like. This is the underglow wire. Underglow still works great. Next couple modifications, I might get one of the plastic covers just to cover this up, just to make it look a little bit cleaner. Plastic cover for that, and a Hellcat lower air box. But other than that, I mean, everything looks fantastic. And of course you see the Powered by SRT. But yeah, not too bad. And then this is the top of the hood, so nothing too bad up here. And then the cover up here is holding pretty well. But mechanical wise, I mean, driving after 4,000 miles, and some of those miles were hard, I mean, it doesn't skip a beat and it works great. The only thing that I do have a complaint about, but you can easily remedy it with unplugging a fuse, is that the car memorizes your driving habits. So usually in the city I don't drive as aggressive, or sometimes on the highway I just be cruising. So the computer recognizes that and shifts much earlier, which of course when you want it to go, that's what you don't want, right? So a good remedy is for the fuse. All you gotta do is just unplug a fuse for 30 minutes and it'll reset the computer memory, so you can have your car running as brand new. But yeah, but that's mechanical wise. I mean, car runs great and drives fantastic. I mean, here's a couple clips of how it sounds and how it drives. I mean, no problems whatsoever. That sport mode, nice open road. Make sure no one's in the back. Alright, going into the interior. So this is where I spend all of my time. So it is a little messy, so I apologize. But after 1 year, I mean, the interior looks great. I do have a towel up here just so, I don't wear the suede or Alcantara seats here. But after 1 year of sitting in this car, I mean, I am a heavier dude. And I mean, this is the standard amount of wear you do get on these leather seats. And I'm really glad with the SCATPACKs they have the suede or Alcantara interior, because one, if it was full leather seats, you would definitely see the bubbling you do get with like the Hellcats. It's like a little wrinkled here, which doesn't look good. And plus, during the summer and the winter, it gets super hot, and the winter it's super cold. So I'm definitely glad it's this material. And of course, you see the B right there. Everything looks good. And the bad thing about these mats is they have been buckling here a little bit. I'm not sure what the deal is, but it has been like lifting off of here. And I try to just you know, put the tabs under the trim, but for some reason this thing loves to, you know, get loose. So it does get annoying. It does get in front of the gas pedal. So I may be looking for a different set of mats, or this might be a defective pair or anything like that. But quick update on the mats. I mean, they work really well, and the only part that gets dirty is just right here, right over there, and right here. But anywhere under the mats, very clean, very easily able to vacuum. Just going in the back, barely anybody has sat in the back here, and this is just your normal like leather wrinkles from the factory. But yeah, I mean, the back is pristine. I did replace all of the lights with LEDs, so it looks much better now. And you see here, this does get a little beat up because this looks like smushed up in there. But yeah, my inserts keep falling. But of course, you still get that 60-40 split. But yeah, I mean, no wear whatsoever. As far as the driver's side door card, I mean, I do put my arm here a lot, and you know, not too much wear. You know, this does need a little bit of cleaning just from, you know, oils from your arm, or you know, sometimes I'd be putting sunscreen on. No lifting of the door card at all, which is good. And of course, this is the updated material with, you know, the faux stitching and all that. Yeah, no wearing there. And just stepping in, I mean, the dash is great. I mean, no cracking, no buckling or wrinkling or anything like that. This is not like a leather dash. I think this is like a faux material, because you got the faux stitching, and this is much better than that like elephant print or basketball print dash that you get on the, you know, 2018 Chargers and all that. And I think it's the same material if you don't get the plus group. So I would recommend getting the plus group for these newer Chargers, man. It makes the interior look a lot better. And I mean, everything works, no complaints yet. And the steering wheel, I mean, everything works. Of course, did a few upgrades like with the carbon fiber, all that, you know, the inserts. Of course, the passenger side, very clean. I mean, it's just mostly me driving, and then barely anywhere on the passenger seat. And the good thing about the plus group is, of course, with the passenger seat, you get, you know, the lumbar and the power seats. I think without the plus group, the passenger seat is manual without lumbar. So I would recommend definitely getting that plus group. The door card looks practically new, and that red wires for the underglow. So pretty ghetto, but I mean, it is what it is. So that was a quick walk around of the interior, exterior of the car. It's held up really well. I mean, I did drive it only 4,000 miles, so not the average amount of usage on the car, but it held up pretty well. No cracks, rattles, or anything like that, which is great, especially, you know, for not having that many miles. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into the positives and negatives of 1 year ownership of this car, and then I'm gonna tell you if you should buy one after me owning it for a year, and if I'm gonna trade it in or not. So let's talk about it. So I would say definitely a positive of owning this car for a whole year straight is the amount of fun that I have in it. I never thought a car would make me, you know, this happy, this giddy every time I get into it. And, you know, it does take away the stresses from work, a life, or anything like that. Once I just get in the car, you know, all my stresses lift away. And even at the gas station, I mean, pumping gas for this car sucks. If you haven't seen how much, you know, money I spent on gas in a year, definitely click on the top right corner. But I mean, even pumping gas in this car, it sucks for like the first couple minutes, and then when I drive off, that feeling lifts off. So I mean, it's so much fun. Like, these Chargers and Challengers are so much fun, y'all. It's crazy. Even though these are big boats, like, it's unbelievable. Another positive thing is the modability of this, I mean, there's so much aftermarket support for these. Another positive thing is, of course, you know, getting into the car community with this car. I met so many people like through YouTube, through the local car scene here, and it's been amazing. So I mean, this car definitely opened up a lot of opportunities, especially with YouTube, like with YouTubing, and you know, it definitely pays for my gas and my insurance. So you know, I just want to thank, you know, all y'all for watching. So it's just like, you know, this car opened up a lot of opportunities for me, so it's definitely a great thing to have this car still around. Some of the negatives throughout this 1 year of ownership is, of course, the gas. I thought I would be paying an arm and a leg for gas, but one, I haven't been driving it too much. I've been like I said, only drove it for 4,000 miles, and plus my average MPG was pretty high for the year. So if you, like I said, if you haven't watched that video, click on the top right corner of how much gas is spent on this car in a year. But I mean, it's not surprising for people to spend like upwards of $200, $300, $400, $500 on gas, just for gas on this car per month. Luckily, I didn't spend that. Another con is the rear tires. They do break loose a lot, and it's kind of annoying, especially if you're at a red light and you got a nice car up next to you that wants to smoke, and you're gonna spend like the first, you know, couple seconds just spinning, just trying to grip the road, and then you can be on your way. So definitely next mod I have to do is getting 275s, but I have to burn off these tires first, and you know, I haven't had the opportunity to do many burnouts, so it's just been, the tires just been there. And probably the last con that I noticed throughout my 1 year of driving is that you are a target for thieves and cops. So cops, every time I drive by a cop, they just look at the car, you know, they break their neck. And I'm not sure if they appreciate the car or if they're looking for a reason to pull me over. And of course, with my window tints being, you know, not the legal limit, I usually roll down all my windows first, and then when I pass the cop. And of course, you know, with these cars being notorious, more down south in Detroit, of like, you know, running from the cops or anything like that, I guess they have that stigma to them, which it is what it is. Yeah, that's about it for the positives and negatives that I noticed throughout my 1 year of ownership. So the next chapter within 2022, what am I gonna do with this car? I do like the stock look, but I definitely want it to be a little bit loud, meaning like, you know, look a little bit flashy. So, you know, I might do a wrap on it, so definitely stay tuned for that. I might do some kind of a wrap on it. Wheels, I definitely do like the wheels. They don't look great in pictures for some reason, but in person they do look pretty good. So I'm not sure if I want to powder coat these a certain color. Things first, I definitely got to get wider tires. I might paint the brake calipers a certain color just to match the theme I want to go with this car. I might do some exhaust work, so y'all stay tuned for that. Car looks amazing on its own. I really want to lower it on some H&R springs, but I mean, I scrape on stock height, so that's one thing y'all gotta, you know, be wary of when owning this car, especially if you live in more of a hilly or mountainous area. You will scrape. Should you buy this car now, or should you wait? So this car, dealerships are taxing the hell out of these cars, y'all. Like, I bought this car for under 40K. That's all I want to say, under 40K, and now they're charging like 50K for a used one. I've seen, I should have taken a picture of it, but I've seen a 2019 SCATPACK for $50,000, and it has like 13,000 miles on it, which is crazy. I know the market's crazy. I bought this car right before when the market went crazy, so I definitely got really lucky, because I don't think I would ever spend $50,000 on a narrow body SCATPACK. So that's like, that's basically like Hellcat territory. $1,000 back in 2020, 2019, that's like Hellcat territory. So I'm definitely glad that I got this car for the amount that I got it for, and I might make a video of how much I spent on it. I should have made that video way earlier, but you know, now it doesn't make sense too, because one, the market's been crazy. So if y'all want to see how much I spent on this, definitely put your comments below. And the final answer to the question, should you get one of these? I would say hell yeah. If the price is right, definitely get one of these. You will not regret it. And if you can get a Hellcat, I would definitely do it. I would say stay away from the V6 and RTs, because with the V6s, if you want to get a car that's not like a day-to-day commuter, do not get a V6 or an RT. If you get an RT, you would definitely want to get a SCATPACK for sure. And if you get a V6, you know, you're gonna, you know, see everybody with their V8s, and you know, you're definitely gonna want to get a V8. So I would say save yourself the trouble, get a SCATPACK or a Hellcat. Do not get an RT or a V6, just to save y'all some money and some time, because I definitely know car people. Once you know, get into a car and it drives nice and you see the next bigger, better thing, you definitely want to trade yours. And with the SCATPACKs, I mean, it is a good starting point to get into like the big V8 territory. And this car still scares me. I drove an RT for a little bit, like as a rental. It sounds good, but it's not, you know, as fast or as scary. So getting a SCATPACK is the way to go. So yeah, I want to appreciate everybody for watching. Make sure y'all have a happy new year 2022. We all gonna be up. And yeah, y'all, appreciate everybody for watching. This is Rich Homie Cow. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'm signing out. Peace.